हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा। I'm just setting up the screen. Okay. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप तथा मह्यं ददति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीतपदकमलान् श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललित श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमामि विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Yeah, welcome to our today's systematic study of Vedic scriptures. In that, in Bhagavad Gita, last chapter, which is about what is the true meaning of sannyas. This is sannyas yoga. That is what is discussed. Krishna is explaining to Arjuna the importance of renunciation, and we have covered till now 12 verses. Yeah, if I'm not. So this is all giving us an understanding of um, yeah, the whole essence. The main emphasis of every chapter is explained in the 18.1, if you remember. And then till 12 is all about karma yoga, how to do in action. And what is covered from verse number 13 to 18 is about the um, Sankhya Yoga or even Jnana Yoga. This Jnana Yoga is already spoken by Lord Krishna in the chapter 7 to 12. And this is also what is summarized once again because we are mainly interested to understand what is the position of a devotee, of a bhakta. And so the understanding of chapter, sorry, what did I say? Not chapter 7 to 12 because that is Bhakti Yoga. Chapter 13 to 17 is once again after Krishna has given Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and then Jnana Yoga to strengthen, to substantiate the importance of Bhakti Yoga. So in the 18th chapter, in this verses 13 to 18, he is once again reiterating the importance of it. So I would actually start with the verses because this section of Bhagavad Gita is quite analytical and we may have to go a bit carefully, slowly, with full focus. Do let me know if you're able to see the screen.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, let me see who are there. Okay. May I ask Sarika Mataji to read 18:13?
Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Panchaitani Mahabaho Karnani Nibodha Me Sankhye Kratante Proktani Siddhaye Sarva Karmanam. O mighty armed Arjuna, according to Vedanta, there are 5 causes for the accomplishment of all action. Now learn of these from me.
Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu.
Sorry, Prabhuji, it was mistake. Yeah.
Acha. Okay, go on.
A question may be raised that since any activity performed must have some reaction, how is that it is that the person in Krishna consciousness doesn't suffer or enjoy the reaction of work? The Lord is citing Vedanta philosophy to show how this is possible. He says that there are 5 causes for all activities, and for success in all activity one should consider these 5 causes. Sankhya means the stock of knowledge, and Vedanta is the final stock of knowledge accepted by all leading acharyas. Even Sankhya accept Vedanta Sutra as such. Therefore, such authority should be consulted.
Even Shankara accepts.
Ji, Prabhuji. The ultimate control is invested in the super soul, as it is stated in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvasha Koham Choham Hrdi Swani Vishtaha. He is engaging everyone in certain activities by reminding him of his past actions. In Krishna conscious act done under his direction from within yield no reaction, either in this life or in the life after death. Okay.
Okay, I'm just trying to move to the next verse.
Yeah.
Sindhu Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Adhishtanam tata karta karanam cha pratak vidam vividasya pratascheta daivam chaivatra panchamam. The place of action, the body, the performer, the various senses, the many different kinds of endeavor, and ultimately the super soul. These are the 5 factors of action. The word adhisthana refers to the body. The soul within the body is acting to bring out the results of activity and is therefore known as karta, the doer. That the soul is the knower and the doer is stated in the Shruti. Eshahi drishta sastra. uh, uh, Prashna Upanishad 4.9. It is also confirmed in the Vedanta Sutra by the verses Jnanota Eva 2.3.18 and Karta Sastra Tatravat 2.3.33. The instruments of actions are the senses, and by the senses the soul acts in various ways. For each and every action, there is a different endeavor. But all one's activities depend on the will of the Supersoul, who is seated within the heart as a friend. The Supreme Lord is the super cause. Under these circumstances, he who is acting in Krishna consciousness under the direction of Super Soul, situated within the heart, is naturally not bound by any activity. Those in complete Krishna consciousness are not ultimately responsible for their actions. Everything is depend on the super will, the super soul, the supreme personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you. So let's try to understand by closely looking into this. This is saying that Panchayatani Mahabaho Karanani Nibhodame Sankhye Kritante Proktani Siddhaye Sarva Karmanan. Uh, this is what Krishna is saying to emphasize um, what a sannyas should do. Mm. In fact, Sankhya philosophy also helps one to come to the state of renunciation and actively engaging in the service of the Lord. And here, um, from the purport that Sarika Mataji you read, here we can see that the five causes for accomplishment of all action. It is said it's uh, and in fact this is said this is the conclusion. Kritante. Uh, I will go through the commentaries of the four acharyas from the four sampradayas to just emphasize the importance of some of these key words that are here and help ourselves to understand. And of course, in this process, I'll be also highlighting what are those five um, instruments or elements through which we are performing all our activities. What is the cause? What are these five causes that is leading us to an action? So first from the purport of Prabhupada that we have read here, the Lord is citing Vedanta philosophy to show how this is possible. So Sankhya philosophy is giving a very analytical understanding, but still sometimes it may not be the complete uh, summum bonum of all knowledge, whereas the Vedanta it is the essence of all the Vedas. Yeah, and that's why here Lord Shri Krishna is using the Vedanta philosophy as a reference. According to Vedanta, he is saying Sankhya here is referring as in the Vedanta is the final stock of knowledge accepted by all leading acharya, and that's why here even Shankara accepts Vedanta Sutra as such. Therefore, such authority should be consulted. And what is that saying? Is the ultimate control is invested in the super soul. That is striking instruction that we can see from all the four commentators, from our four acharyas, whether it is uh, Vishnu Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, we can see that. Um, and Krishna conscious acts done under his direction from within yield no result, no reaction, either in this life or in the life after death. So when we see from Rudra Sampradaya, Sridhara Swami's commentary, we can understand few important things that, yeah, the commentary starts with the question may be submitted, how is it possible that one performing actions derive no reactions from their activities? So here Sridhar Swami is referring to what we call as akarma. Because we know that there is karma, vikarma, and akarma. Karma is good deeds and good reactions, yeah, and vikarma is bad deeds, bad reactions, and akarma means the activities that incur no material results. So the question may be submitted, how is it possible? Because we only are familiar with something that if we do something, then it has a result. Yeah? And that's how even karma siddhanta is, and that's how we understand that we are all under the influence of the karma, which is one of the five elements of the Sankhya philosophy. So this he elaborates in this verse. Krishna is elaborating not only in this verse, in the four verses. One second. Hmm? He says to understand the meaning of his words, learn the five causes that are given, that are about to be given in later stage to imbibe the cessation of conception in order to develop renunciation, or in order to attain moksha, liberation. It is said that this is what is important. These five causes, when we understand, then we are careful how we deal with. So, to emphasize them, Lord Krishna states as declared. Here, the word Sankhya refers to Vedanta philosophy of analytical rationalism established by Kapila Muni. Yeah. And the five causes, as per him, are five causes: body, which is Adhishtan, then ego serves as the juncture of the spiritual and material realm, then the pranas, which is the life airs, then senses, hmm, such as eyes, which include the deity of sun, which presides over the eye, and also other four senses. Yeah. So we know from the Sankhya philosophy, when we were coming across in Bhagavatam, we can see that the Lord, the senses, then there are sense objects, then there are predominating deities of the senses. So all come under that. And then soul, then the Atma, and also finally the inner, finally the inner ruler and the controller of them. So we have this body, false ego, life air, senses, and the controller of all this is also one of the causes, which is the Atma, and controller of them all as the Atma or soul, which is powered by Paramatma. So this is how we can see that body, one, ego, the false ego, the life air, the senses, the the doer, the soul, and the Paramatma is the one who is kind of directing everything. So here it is very clear that we are not, I mean, anyway, when we come to the verse number 16, 17, and even 18, it gets more clear. Who succeeds, who succeeds in attaining no reaction. This is what we will find out. Then what what is Madhvacharya is saying? He is clearly straight away in saying, in this verse, Lord Krishna again reiterates sannyas or renunciation by abandonment of actions. Abandonment of action, is it possible? In fact, Krishna, in fact, Arjuna is saying that it's not possible for a moment of time to be not doing anything. So, and Krishna says, yes, yeah, it's not possible for a moment of time not to do anything, which means we are continuously doing one or the other an action. So, and here Krishna is saying in this verse that it is possible to attain sannyas, to attain renunciation only when one comes to this abandonment of actions. So we need to understand what kind of actions are they. The word Sankhya Kritante, Kritante refers to the system of analysis established in the Sankhya philosophy of analytical conclusion by Kapila Muni, who appeared as the son of Kardama Muni and Devahuti. And of course, whenever Kapila Muni is referred, the Sankhya philosophy, he is a propounder of Sankhya philosophy. It's always warned that one should not read another commentary written by some other Kapila Muni again on the Sankhya philosophy, which is not the real Sankhya philosophy. So one should be very careful to read that which is propounded by the son of Mother Devahuti and Kardama Muni. So it goes further that the word Adhishtanam means the body. Adhishtanam means it includes all this. The body, according to Madhvacharya, it is the body, the life air, which is prana, the ego, the senses, uh, and their inner director, the Atma or immortal soul controlled by Paramatma. So here it is mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth one is it. According to Madhvacharya, it is the Atma, which is the Jiva, and or it is also the Paramatma. Ideally, there is no difference in quality. Mm. So both have this spiritual uh, nature, which is consciousness, and both, one is infinitesimal and one is infinite. So let me refer back. Paramatma is, here it is mentioned. The word Adhishtanam means the body, the life force, the ego, the senses, and their inner director, the Atma, or immortal soul, controlled by Paramatma, the supreme soul, residing simultaneously in the individual etheric heart of all living entities. So here we can see that the controller of these four causes still is Atma, which is the individual Jiva. But again, here we can see that it is the super soul, the Paramatma, who is even controlling all these four. Hmm. Paramatma is an it goes, effortless expansion of the Supreme Lord Krishna's Purusha avatar known as Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. All embodied beings, achesta, here there is a word called achesta, which refers to actions both involuntary, such as heart beating and breathing, as well as voluntary, chesta, voluntary actions such as using the hands to perform yajna or ritualistic propitiation and worship of the Lord, or utilizing the mind to meditate upon the Supreme Lord. All these which we are, uh, it is not that we are directing the heart to pump, it is not that we are directing the breathing to breathe. We may feel a sense that through mind we are controlling the breath when we are talking about the Ashtanga Yoga, but still, yeah, the breathing, we are only controlling the inhaling and exhalation, exhaling, but actually there are these life airs, pranas, udana, samana, apana, hmm, um, yana. I forgot the other one. These are the life airs which are actually helping us to maintain this body, stay alive. So these all activities, Paramatma is an effortless expansion of the Lord. All embodied beings, Acheshta refers to here. By such actions, impressions are established which impel one towards divine. Uh, so, if the activities are divine, the divine is transcendental and cannot be seen, although the liberated can perceive it in their consciousness. It is not visible. So, it has been said that the body, life air, the ego, the senses, and Atma are the instruments of all activities, with Paramatma as the unseen controller of them all. So that we can see here the role of Paramatma, because it's unseen. Sometimes we may even forget there is something called divine uh, presence or divine intervention or divine plan. And this divine plan that is happening in our life, yeah, is actually through the Paramatma. Yeah, and then we take further from Sri Ramanujacharya from Sri Sampradaya. The word Sankhya means, the word here used is rational, analytical, reasoning, and refers to the Sankhya philosophy that is spoken by Kapila Muni. Hmm? The word Kritante means deriving the perfect conclusion. Ante, yeah? Krit means activity, Ante means the end. Krita, Ante, sorry, Krita and Ante, Kritante means deriving the perfect conclusion of categorical and essential nature of all things based upon the tenets that are there. Tenets are there, there is ordinance and injunctions of Vedic scriptures. So, this is the essence of all the Vedic understanding. That is what here Krishna is referring as Sankhya. The five causes Lord Krishna will reveal are component factors. Again, what does this mean? We will come to that part, which means a component. It is not that it is the complete cause of all our action. It is only one component of among the five components. What are they? The five causes which Krishna will reveal are component factors combining to manifest individual act. So when these components come together and then when we do, then it manifests as an individual action. The word nibodha, I think this is coming from the 14th verse, I think. Let me check. Bodha. Hmm. One second. Nibodha. Yeah, I think, yeah, 13th. Yeah. Uh, Karanani nibodha me. Krishna is saying nibodha means just understand. How to understand? Sri Ramanujacharya is saying the word nibodha meaning comprehend denotes that they must be contemplated and reflected upon. There is nothing that one can put through a microscope and find and understand how these things are happening, because it's very, very intricate and it can be understood only with proper contemplation and reflection. The absolute conclusion of the Vedic scriptures verily regards Lord Krishna's expansion as Paramatma. So, what is the conclusion of Vedic scriptures? Ramanujacharya is saying that it is uh, the that everything accepts that Lord Krishna's expansion as Paramatma existing simultaneously in the etheric heart of all living entities as the sole author of all activities. So, who is the real doer, or yeah, who is actually sanctioning an activity or an action or even a cause? That's why we can see the Paramatma as the superior cause. Well, it goes further. The body, according to Sri Sampradaya, what are the five causes? The body, the prana or the life air, the ego, the senses. Uh, these are the four instruments of Atma or individual soul, which is powered by Paramatma. Hmm? Evidence confirming this is found in Taittiriya Upanishad, where it is says Prana Deva Anu Prananti, meaning that which is within the body is prana, and that which is seated within the body is the Atma. So here if we are careful to see further low level understanding is, it is of course we know that as long as the soul is inside the body, that body is having Satchit Ananda, the consciousness. But this mm, consciousness is all pervading. How? Through the medium of prana, through the medium of this air, living forces that are inside our body. How to know that? Is it in this one or the next? Let me check. That which is within the body is prana, and that which is seated inside the body is Atma, and that which rules the immortal Atma is Paramatma. Hmm. Then comes from the Nimbarka Sampradaya, Kashmir, Keshav Kashmir commentary is helping us to more clearly understand the need of understanding this. It is not just a philosophy that we think, oh, it's too much flowing above my head, so let's not invest too much time. No, the need itself is that if we want to get liberated from the material existence in order to achieve the discriminative knowledge that dissolves the sense of egoism, uh, we need to see what is his commentary here. It says, Lord Krishna previously clarified that those who perform actions motivated by desire incarnate and take birth in either heavenly planet, earthly planet, or lower planets. But those who have renounced the desire for rewards are not subject to this karma or reactions to actions. So, in order to establish, to help the fact that egoism and non egoism are the cause of actions involved by indiscrimination and discrimination, Krishna reveals five factors. I'll say, what does it mean? It is that how is one acting when he is under the influence of false ego, and how one is acting when he is not affected by false ego, that determines causes of action influenced by discrimination. So, this sense of discrimination, in fact, yeah, I think it will come later. In fact, it is this discrimination that helps us to understand sentient and insentient nature of Atma. Mm. And how uh, anyway, let's go a little further to understand what is mentioned here is when we have this sense of this discrimination or indiscrimination, that helps us what we are doing. Lord Krishna reveals five factors which co-jointly contribute. Just like Ramanujacharya has said, these are the components and working together will cause us effect or action. So co-jointly contribute to the accomplishment of all action. It is said all action. In fact, when we are reading the next verses, we can also see what Krishna is saying. There is nothing that one is not doing um, if not under the influence of these five factors. These five factors accomplish all action and must be understood by the aspirants for moksha or liberation from material existence in order to achieve the discriminative knowledge. So we need to attain this discriminative knowledge, which is the Sankhya knowledge, uh, that dissolves the sense of egoism while performing action. Why Lord Krishna is emphasizing this is to mainly come to this point that one should be very careful for his activities, actions that he is doing. The Sankhya philosophy of analytical rationalism established by Kapila Dev and incarnation of Krishna explains these five factors in detail as a method of eradicating the effects of all actions. This also here it is clear that the purpose of Sankhya philosophy is not to just analyze each and every element, chemicals that are uh, around us, where we are living, what is it made of. No, it is actually to understand that, oh, I have come here where I shouldn't have come. And I can engage my activities with all the resources that are given to go back and get a detached way of living. This method is by precise analytical ascertainment of the cause and effect of all actions. Such analysis includes uh, such analysis includes what is Sankhya analysis doing is to understand these five elements. What Bhagavad Gita is all about, we can see Bhagavad Gita is telling about five subjects. One is the Paramatma, then Jivatma, then Prakriti, then Karma, and then time. And here, Sankhya philosophy, what is it helping one to understand is includes Atma, the immortal soul, Maya, the Prakriti, the illusory potency, Prakriti, or it is even called material substratum pervading physical existence, then Paramatma, the super soul, and illustrates how a jiva or embodied being relationship with each liberates or binds one in the material existence. That is the purpose, mm, that is the essence of Sankhya philosophy. Then going further, what are the five factors as per Nimbarka Sampradaya, Kumar Sampradaya? We can see here are the physical body, yeah, which is the body, then the five senses, eyes, ears, etc. Then the ego, then the life air, which governs breathing, and the Atma, the controller of them all. And here, this we come across very often because Krishna is saying that we are not controlled by the senses. In the yeah in the um, what do you call this? In the example, not example. We know that there is this yeah, kind of a reference through which we can understand there is this horse which is a chariot with five horses, which are the five senses. Then there is the chariot, which is the body. Then there is the driver, which is the intelligence. There are these reins, which is the mind, and then the one who is sitting inside is the jiva, the soul. So here the Vedanta Sutras, which is saying Upadanat means the Atma of the Jiva, Atma of the Jiva or embodied being, at the death of physical body, takes the pranas along with it, which means when when the Atma is leaving the body, it's not just the Atma which is going, but also the life air is pulled to the heart, and from there it is according to um, Upanishad, I forgot the name. I don't know if it is Munduka Upanishad or um, yeah, I have to check. But as per that Upanishad, it is described how a jiva is moving from one body to the other body, and the jiva is not just going all alone, but he is taking all the life air from the body, and as much as this life air is um, moving up from the lower part, and the senses are also becoming senseless. And it is said, therefore, the Atma is the controller. Why? Because as the Atma is going, the prana is also going. Some assert without any basis that controller is the incessant ego. Anyway, this is a little technical. But what is the essence of it for us is the controller of five factors is Atma, the individual immortal soul, and the controller of all Atmas simultaneously is Paramatma, the supreme soul, residing with the Atma within the etheric heart of all living entities. Sri Vedavyas confirms in Vedanta Sutras with saying Amso Nana Vyapadesha. The Atma is Vibhinnamsha, an infinitesimal expansion of Paramatma like the rays of the sun. Okay, we pause for questions or comments. I hope it is, of course, in fact, it's too technical, but I think we are able to understand the essence of it is that not that we are only looking at this uh, components or the instruments of activities as everything, but actually the controller of the instruments of activities, and even super controller of which is the jiva's controller as Paramatma, who is uh, the cause of actions. Any thoughts here before we go on? Or maybe question, is it easy to understand from what we just discussed?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, thanks for this explanation, especially bringing from the four different sampradayas. I think that perspective was very, very helpful, Prabhuji. Any specific reason, Prabhuji? Because as per my understanding, this is the first time we are covering perspectives of different sampradaya, and I think the broader message is whatever happens, it's the super soul that's redirecting us. I think this we have also spoken multiple times, but any specific reason? Because if you're bringing multiple sampradayas, there's a reason you want to stress here, Prabhuji.
Because I think this is what sometimes or very often we are puzzled and we want to find a way out, and we want to know various philosophical understanding of the same thing. Yeah. So, and sometimes the terminologies, though the message is same, but the terminologies that I use might be different. So I thought, okay, let me bring this. Yeah. And especially for this part of the section where one can very easily may accept and may reject some other sampradaya because thinking, okay, there it is said like this, here it is said like that. But the reason for why I have brought this is to say the similarities and also a kind of differentiation, but the essence of all the acharyas is same.
Yes, Prabhuji, very nice,
I don't know
Prabhuji. Thank you. Yes,
if it overcomplicated or if it really helped. I don't know.
no, Prabhuji, it really helped us to understand. Like I think all of them point toward the same direction. So it was very nice, Prabhuji. Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay, then we go to the next verse. 14 is over. Yeah. Can someone read 15? I'm sharing the screen. Maybe I saw Seema Mataji joining.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
How are you doing, Mataji?
All good, Prabhuji. All your blessings.
Nice. Okay, so let's go through this 15 and 16. So 15 by you and maybe 16 by... Is there someone inspired? They can read 16th. Yeah, go on.
Savitra vari manophiryat karma
Sharira.
Shariravan manophiryat karma prabhavate nara nayam va vipratim va Panchayatathasya hetava. Whatever right or wrong actions a man perform by body, mind, or speech is caused by these five senses. Purport. The word right and wrong are very significant in this verse. Right work is work done in terms of prescribed direction in the scriptures. Wrong works in work done against the principles of the scripture injunctions. But whatever is done requires these five factors for its complete performance.
Thank you. Someone else?
I will go. I will read Prabhuji.
Mm-hmm.
Tatraivam sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tuya pasyati akarta buddhitvan nasa pashyati durmatihi.
Yep.
Translation. Therefore, one who thinks himself the only doer, not considering the five factors, is certainly not very intelligent and cannot see things as they are. Purport. A foolish person cannot understand that the supersoul is sitting as a friend within and conducting his actions. Although the material causes are the place, the worker, the endeavor, and the senses, the final cause is the Supreme, the personality of Godhead. Therefore, one should see not only the four material causes, but the supreme efficient cause as well. One who does not see the supreme thinks himself to be the doer.
Thank you. Yeah. So these two verses, yeah. So is telling about Shariravan Manobhir Yat Karma Prarabdhe Naraha. So when a person he is doing any activity, Nyayam va Viparitam va. Nyayam, which is right, and Viparitam means which is opposite to it. Uh, Panchayate tasya hetava. It is because of the fall, five, whatever we have just discussed, the causes. Krishna is saying it is that. So the purport says the right and wrong are very significant in this verse, which means right work is done in terms of prescribed duties in scriptures, and wrong work is done against the principles of prescribed duties, scripture injunction. But whatever is done requires these five factors for its complete performance. And then the next verse is Tatraiva sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tuya pasyati akrita buddhitvat nasa pashyati durmatihi. Durmati means foolish. Therefore, yeah, in fact, this is very nice to understand on which category we fall. Are we in the foolish category or not? Therefore, one who thinks himself the only doer, not considering the five factors, is certainly not very intelligent and cannot see things as they are. A foolish person cannot understand that the super soul is sitting as a friend within and conducting his actions. So most of the time, first of all, we even don't know, is it I am doing, or is it my body doing, is it my mind doing, is it my intelligence doing? So in this so much confusion, are we even thinking whether whatever we are doing, there is a sanction of the Lord? Because Lord is, Krishna is saying that Anumanta Upadrashta. Upadrashta is one who is witnessing all activities that we are doing. And Anumanta means one who is granting us the permission what we want to do. So sometimes we tend to blame the Lord because He is the one who is the supreme cause of all causes because of that, which means if I have done something, the cause is He. But here we can see that Anumanta doesn't mean that He is lovingly, willingly giving us the sanction. He is giving us sanction for multiple um, reasons, and one is that to learn the hard way. And in fact, it is just like a father is giving freedom to the child doesn't mean that the child is has grown up. He is giving the freedom so that the child can learn through his um, through his executing according to these as the other objects that we mentioned. So in this regard, again, we can see straight away Sridhar Swami is saying, so what then is to be concluded from what Krishna is speaking? Krishna states that the five previously mentioned causes are responsible for all actions, and one who, due to ignorance from lack of knowledge, who is foolish, from the spiritual lack of knowledge from the spiritual master regarding the Vedic scripture, and their folly regard themselves as in their folly regard themselves as the perpetrator of action. Perpetrator means the cause, the doer of the action. Instead of attributing all actions to the supreme absolute reality, which is completely spiritual and free from all limiting adjuncts and not subject to material considerations, are fools and deluded. So this is from Sridhar Swami. It is understood that one do not want to concoct his own philosophy, and because of that he can start doing whatever he want. No, one should approach the spiritual master, one should approach the revealed scriptures, understand them, and through that when one performs, then he is not caught up, otherwise he is a fool. In fact, Madhvacharya is saying here the word kevalam means solely. Those, this is in the 16th verse, those who in ignorance are unaware that all action are enacted collectively by the five previously mentioned causes, and what do you call this? Erroneously thinks that the individual is the sole performer of any action, and merely misguided fools of minuscule intelligence. So one who is foolish think that he is the doer. And when we are seeing from Ramanujacharya, he is saying, this is very nice. He says, so because verily the jiva or the embodied being is subject to the sanction of Paramatma. So the jiva is always not fully independent, rather he is called part and parcel of the Lord. Why? Because it is still the sanction of the Paramatma through which one is able to act. So Ramanujacharya is saying, so because verily the jiva or embodied being is subject to the sanction of Paramatma, the Supreme Soul, one should never consider themselves as independent nor think of themselves as a doer of anything. Lord Krishna states that one who erroneously does so will be Durmati, one whose intelligence is perverted and diluted and thus bewildered, is oblivious that other elements are essential factors in manifesting all activities. So he may think all the other things are the cause, but actuals, the over uh, seeing factor is the Paramatma. Yeah. So in fact, we can see Keshav Kashmiri commentary is that now Lord Krishna explains that notwithstanding the positive merits or negative demerits of actions performed by the mind, speech, and body, uh, this activities that are, I mean, of course, when next week when we are discussing about knowledge in goodness, knowledge in passion, knowledge in ignorance, but before that, the activities which are performed are done through what? These are the instruments. What is it? Body, mind, and speech, or body, mind, and words. So these are the instruments through which we are performing based on the knowledge of goodness, passion, and ignorance. And what outcome will come, we will discuss next week or the next week, 2 weeks. So here, but here from the commentary from Kumara Sampradaya, here we can see one who is untrained, unrestrained, and undeveloped is due to lack of instructions from the Vaishnava spiritual master who teaches the knowledge and import the Vedic scriptures. Such ignorant and misguided fools who ignore the Vaishnava spiritual master, who is always in the line of authorized disciplic succession from one of the four authorized sampradayas or channels of spiritual knowledge, as confirmed in Padma Purana and Garga Samhita, believe that they alone are the sole cause of their actions and not the five previously mentioned factors. Such miscreants are so deluded by this distorted mentality that they are oblivious to the fact that their very existence and everything else existing in creation is irrevocably dependent upon the Supreme Lord. They do not come to this understanding. A fool doesn't understand that everything is depending on the Supreme Lord, not the other way, not irrevocably, not the other way that everything depends on himself. Okay. Do we want to go through the next verse? Let me quickly check. Okay, maybe we can read. I don't know how much time. Are we fine to spend maybe 15 more minutes to cover next two verses, or shall we take it for next week? Yep. Any feedback? Yep. Shruti Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have a question
Uh-huh.
related to the verse which was just discussed.
Mm-hmm.
Although we are living a Krishna conscious life and following the principles, sometimes, unintentionally we also make mistakes, and that kind of bothers us. How did this happen? Why did I not think of this before, or something like
Mm-hmm.
this? In this kind of situation, also, it's not that we are blaming the super soul within. Can we, it's an unintentional mistake. Can we understand that, it is also happening by the grace of the Supreme?
Yeah, so I think you have already said the answer also while you are asking. It is that the knowledge, yeah? Unintentional is possible when we don't have the knowledge, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When we are ignorant, when the avidya is dominating our discriminative mm, potency, yeah, the power,
Mm-hmm,
then
mm-hmm,
this is one factor. The other factor is our own conditioning. Though we have the right knowledge because we are hearing, here we are reading, we are able to discriminate and come to that. But because of our conditioning, as I said, these are five factors that we are reading. Yeah, the senses are also dominant. Yeah, though they are only a component, reason or a cause, they are also the cause of what we are doing. So it is our
mm-hmm,
senses, whether they are too blunt to understand or whether they are too sharp to have their own adventure. So in
mm-hmm,
either ways, whether we end up in doing good or bad, and instead of doing the devotional right thing. And then now I think your question is coming because the Lord is there who is actually overseeing it, and in fact, can he not give the intelligence to actually not do it? Can he not give the strength that we can stop doing that mistakes? Is that
mm-hmm.
your question?
Yes, I mean, I didn't think of it, but yes,
Yeah.
it is
So,
also the thing.
yeah. So if we see that, yeah, the Lord is ever eager to do, but He also wants our submission. Yeah. And how can we do that is by submitting ourselves to the spiritual master, to the scriptures, to the parampara. And this is what we, yeah, Krishna is um, saying, and the acharyas are referring. So as long as we are guided under the shelter of the spiritual master, yeah,
Mm-hmm,
in one of the sampradayas that we can see from the references,
mm-hmm,
then the chances of us to misuse our senses, to misuse our free will, to misuse our opportunity to understand this, yeah, will be less because we are
okay.
always guided by the guru. We are just as soon as when we have an issue, as soon as when we have a question, as soon as even when we do something wrong, we should openly approach unhesitantly. Yeah, this is one thing. The other thing is what do you call this? Without, we shouldn't become a kripana here that we are miser to see. No, we should be very honest and reach out and seek guidance, and then there is less chance because we have knowledge, and we
Mm-hmm.
also have the support. Yeah, when I was telling about the senses need that strength, right? If, for
Mm-hmm.
example, the horses for the chariot, if there is no this rein, there is no use.
Yeah.
But it is the driver, it is that strength through which the driver is pulling the rein. If he let it loose, then the horses go astray, right?
Yeah.
So it is again coming back to the knowledge first. When we are getting the knowledge, we are not just getting this knowledge on a theoretical grounds. We are not talking about jnana, we are talking about vijnana. Means it is about, we are talking about buddhi yoga, which means how to practically apply that knowledge. Then, as soon as when we think about the practical application, then we cannot escape to think about the importance of spiritual master.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about someone who still doesn't have a guru? Because I don't have a guru yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very interesting question. So, yeah, everyone should seek a guru, isn't it? Yeah,
Yes.
everyone should seek a guru, and because without that, our journey is quite risky. Yeah, because
Okay.
we are just allowing ourselves to toss in the ups and downs of whatever is happening in our life. Sometimes we have control, and sometimes we don't have control. So it is always nice to take shelter of a guru and give the control to him, because then because he is rightful and skillful, then he will guide us how to lead our life successfully.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so there is no
Thank
question
you.
of a choice of whether to have a guru or not. It is
Mm-hmm.
not that one can postpone this to a later stage. One should be very serious and yeah, should always pray. Of course, one may always go back to this idea that yes, Paramatma inside our heart is the guru, but are we able to decode the message that he is giving from within? So we need someone who can really explicitly help us out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
yeah, thank you. Other questions? Then we will close this session and we take up the other verses next week. Any other thoughts,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna?
Based on the conversation just now between you and Mataji,
Mm-hmm.
um, I just have a thought. Like, I want to know from you whether I have understood this concept or no. So, surrendering onto our Lord means to understand that we actually never had a control of anything. But the connection with the connection with the Lord is possible with the help of the Guru. He's the one who will always guide us in a proper direction.
I don't know if I got your question. Sorry, can you say again? So what you're saying is it's that we are not doing anything and it's only Krishna is who is doing it?
No, I was trying to understand that, what is actually mean to surrender onto the Lord, how to surrender.
Mhm.
So to understand this, I'm thinking that uh, actually we never had any control. It's the Lord who does everything. I don't know if my understanding is right or wrong.
Um, so we are not owning the doership, but it is still we are the one who is facilitating all the five causes, right? So it is not that it is only the Lord who is the one who is doing. We don't, yeah, when the activities that we are doing, which are as per the scriptures, which we are doing, yeah, then this results into the into no to inaction, which is that we are not the doers. Otherwise, we are doers. Just as I was giving the example of a father and a child, the father is telling, "Don't go, don't go." If the child goes, yeah,
Yes.
who is the doer? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimately, yeah, ultimately it is the Lord who is sanctioning that to happen, but it is the doership of, yeah. This is also what we will discuss when we talk about doing or knowledge in the mode of passion is exactly this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the knowledge in goodness and passion. When we go through these two verses next week or the next week, we will come to the same point.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I still got somewhat what you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. If we are not doing these kind of material things, then why are we caught up?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Everyone
Yes.
can bring Krishna in the center of this, what is it called, in the court courtroom and say, hey, Krishna, you are the doer. Huh? Because of you, I am suffering. No.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yep. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yep. Thank you. Other questions? Khushbu Mataji?
Questions for now, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. It was really a very nice session with you.
Yep. Okay. No questions. Seema Mataji?
Prabhuji, more than a question, a request. I think would need more understanding around the five factors and probably a full-fledged session, because the five senses are always active, and it's very difficult to understand if is it us or the senses that are making us do things that we don't want to. We want to follow the
I can
scriptures.
give a very easy answer to your question that for that we
Mhm.
don't need our session. The answer is
Mhm.
when a house is on fire, do we want to find the cause or do we want to escape?
We escape, but if we don't determine, then we will again
Yeah,
end up
when
putting
we
the
know
house on
that we are
fire.
affected by these five causes, so rather
Mhm.
we really look for the main and what he's saying and how to get out. We don't allow the fire to get caught in the house, right? We don't want to wait for that time. Yeah, sometimes we
Okay.
usually spend more time in finding out the root cause. Yeah, where we don't really need to find because even if at a high level we know that okay, one or the other we are just caught up. Huh?
Hmm.
Just like if I don't know if I'll find this photo again, there is a reference that if someone is hanging on a tree where there is a snake to bite from top, there is a crocodile to eat from the down, then there is a hunter to kill. Do we want to find out who is more dangerous and rather what we should do? Yeah, like yesterday we were discussing about what Vritrasura he did is yes, his death is anyway inevitable, and then he just prayed to the Lord, oh Lord, please engage me in the service,
Mm-hmm.
which
But
means we
sometimes,
are not
Prabhuji,
interested in karma and all those things, how to still make our life very happy in this world, how to counter the influences of other people and all. No, we just focus on main one thing which will take care of remaining everything, that if we practice bhakti, then everything is taken care. Yeah, sorry, I was interrupting you.
okay, Prabhuji.
No, no, you were saying something, huh?
Prabhuji, when doing bhakti, some days it is difficult. It is maybe not difficult, but our own
Mm-hmm.
past karma, or sometimes that knowledge that we have learned through scriptures, that disappears that very moment.
Mm-hmm.
And after that moment has passed, it feels like, oh, I knew this. I could have
Mm-hmm.
done this, but how can I forget that I learned from the scriptures at the very moment it was to be? Is it that Lord is playing around and is trying to, being little, I don't know, it just sometimes feels like, I knew this, I didn't do this. And sometimes we don't know things and we do that. It's
Yeah, I think
it's
this was
very
same
complicated.
question what
Hmm.
Madhuri Mataji also asked. Yeah. No, was it Madhuri or Sarika? I don't know. One of them. No, Shruti Mataji. She asked the same. We don't know. Yeah. So I think then we may need a 1 hour session because then we have to relate a example that comes across in Bhagavatam where
Hmm.
when Kali is hitting the leg of the bull, yeah, so the bull couldn't ascertain what is the cause of, the bull could not tell to Parikshit Maharaj, yes, it is this Kali who has broken my legs. No, it said, I don't know. You use your intelligence to come to a conclusion what could be the reason. I am not capable. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I think Adrasa Prabhu found it these days. It's easy. What is it? the illusion of sense pleasure. There's a different presentation, nice, but yeah, we are padam padam vipadam. Every step where we are is dangerous, isn't it? So rather we just carefully find where is the next step I should keep, etc. We always are very eager to practice bhakti yoga with full speed. That is our saving grace.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for joining, and let us see us next week to discuss more about these topics are still mainly to help us to come to this understanding of not getting too much entangled with material dealings. That's what is sannyas yoga. That's what is vibhuti. Sorry, moksha. Yeah, that's what we are trying to understand. Of course, it's not the ultimatum, but at least that is the uh, I would say comfortable position from where we can practice bhakti. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna.